Hello and welcome to So Fantastic with Tiwa Avanti. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draft a Dartless Bodice pattern. If you've been working with pattern for a while, you notice that it's not easy to adapt your basic bodies for loose fitting outfits. You run into issues like armhole gaping and stuff like that. So once you have your Dartless Bodice block, you'll be able to easily make jackets, kimonos, shift dresses, and just any garment that you don't want to sew that on. If this is something that you're interested in learning, then please stick around and let's do this. Here are my measurements displayed on the screen, and step 1. Start by marking 5 cm down from the edge of your paper. So this 5 cm is constant for all sizes, and label this point O and square across. Okay, so next thing to do is to measure your nape to waist plus 3 cm down from O. Okay, so for me, I work in centimeters most of the time. You can convert to inches if you want. Also square this line across and label 1. Mark your waist to hip measurement down from the waistline. So this is your waistline here, so label correctly and label hip line. Next, go up to point O and mark 1/4 of your bust measurement plus 4.5. I have 26.75 cm. Okay, so also remember that the 4.5 is not constant. For size 18 and above, add 7 cm please. So you're marking this across from O and label 3. Okay, so transfer what you marked on line O to your waist. Okay, so next on the hip line, mark 1/4 of your hip measurement plus 4.5 also. So mine is 29.25 cm. So connect 3 to 4 and then 4 to 5. Mark 2 cm down from O. Label this point 6. And from point 6, mark your armhole depth. Remember, please mark from point 6. Mark the armhole depth measurement plus 4 cm. And also, this 4 cm is not constant. For bigger sizes, add 6 cm. Alright, and label this point 7 and square across to 8. Okay, so get the midpoint of 6 and 7. Mark downward from 6 and label 9. Also square this line across. Okay, so measure what you have between 6 and 9. The next thing to do is to calculate 1/4 of line 6 to 9 and subtract 0.25 cm from this measurement. Measure down from 6 and label 10. To get your neck width, divide your neck circumference by 5 and add 0.4 cm. So measure from O and label this point 11. For me, I had 7.4, working with a neck circumference of 35. Then on line 7, mark half of your X back measurement plus 2.5 and label 12. Then square up from 12. Okay, also square across from 10. Then label the line you squared up from 12, 13 and 14 accordingly. Next, measure 1.5 cm out towards the left side of your paper and label this point 15. The next thing to do now is to connect 11 to 15 this is your shoulder slant line. Draw your neck curve, that is, connect 6 to 11 with your curved ruler, and this is also your neck depth for the back. Next, draw the armhole by using your curved ruler to connect point 15 to 13 and then to 8 as shown on your screen. This right here is your back pattern, so let's continue so that we can draft the front. For the front, mark your neck circumference divided by 5 plus 0.4. You're marking down from point O this time around, and this is going to be the neck depth for the front pattern. Label this 16. Next, measure 0.75 cm in from 13.
Mark towards the right side of your paper.
Label 17. From point 14, mark 0.5 cm down. Note that this is line 10, like point 14 is on line 10, so just to be sure. Okay, so square across with broken lines. Okay, you don't have to measure this line, just eyeball it and label 18. Then connect 11 to 18. This is the front shoulder slant, so make sure that it's the same as what you have on the back shoulder slant, and to make sure that it's the same as what you have on the back pattern, measure 11 to 15 and ensure that you have the same length. Okay, so next connect point 18, 17 and 8, to draw your armhole curve. And also just blend into 17. You don't need a new curve for the back, for the front armhole, so just blend into 17 just as I'm doing on the screen. Okay, so now connect 11 to 16 with your curved ruler. This is your front neckline curve. Okay, so now this pattern we have right here is from your neck to the hip length, like it's from the shoulder to the hip length, and you can extend it to any desired length. For example, for a dress, just add some paper to this length you already have on your paper. I'm just going to explain it because the table I'm working on right now is not wide enough. It's not wide or long enough. So from point O, mark the length your desired length for the dress or the garment you're making. And to ensure that you have a straight line, measure down from the hip line to the point you marked, and just measure like that across. Just measure your paper the way I'm doing on the screen right now. This is just to ensure that your length is straight. Okay, so then connect all the points with an horizontal line. Measure what you have on the hip line from the center fold to the hip line and transfer this to the hemline also, and connect back to the hip at the side. Fold your paper into two and trace out the front bodies. So you can redefine the front neckline and armhole with another pen or color of pencil or marker like I'm doing here, so that you can differentiate the patterns. So this is your Dartless Bodice pattern. Okay, so for the sleeve, you can use your normal sleeve pattern, but you will have to make some adjustments to the sleeve cap, and all of that. You have to make it wider and stuff like that. So I usually just draft a dartless sleeve pattern because it's actually pretty easy and straightforward. So fold your paper into two, mark your borderline, like 1 to 1.5 inches is okay, and label O. So refer to your Dartless Bodice block to get the next measurement, which is half of 6 to 7. Okay, so on your bodice block, measure 6 to 7, divide by 2, and add 1 cm to this. So you're going to measure down from O, please. So for me, I have 10.5. So, and 10.5 plus 1 is 11.5. So I'm going to measure that down from O and label 1. Measure your arm length or your sleeve length plus 1 cm and label 2. So next, again, refer to your Dartless Bodice pattern to get the measurement on your armhole curve. Okay, so measure the curve you have from 15 to 13 and 8, as I am showing you right now on the screen. Mark this across from 1 and label 3. Connect O to 3 with a slant line. The next thing to do now is to measure 2/3 of line 1 to 3 plus 0.5 cm. Measure this also across from 2 and label 4. Okay, so connect 3 to 4 as shown on the screen. The next thing to do is to divide line 0 to 3 into 6. So measure across. You're going to label in like 5 places. So you label 1, 2, 3, and 5. Measure down from the point labeled 1 by 0.5 and raise 5 by 1.5 cm. Okay, so now curve the back armhole as shown on the screen. So when you are curving, you can curve into 3 and then just blend into 2, but however it works for you, just curve it, it's fine. Okay, so because the armhole is already not so deep, so you won't have any problems attaching it to your bodies. So this is your back armhole curve. Then hollow 0.1 again by 0.75 and raise 0.5 by 1.5 cm. Also connect with a curve and just blend your armhole as shown on the screen. So this is the front armhole curve. You're tracing the front armhole curve out. When you open this paper up, you're going to have a full scale sleeve like what I have right now, so you can reblend your lines and all of that. Okay, so you can use this for your shirts, your shift dresses, your jackets, your kimonos, and your robes and all of that. And also, if you want to shape these bodies at the waist, the hip, and the bust, so the instructions on how to go about this will be displayed on your screen right now, so you can take a screenshot and use that whenever you need to shape this. If you want to make something slightly fitted, depending on what you want to make, that is how you're going to adapt your pattern and make all the adjustments you need. Please, if you enjoy this and you want to see more videos, more interesting and helpful videos like this, please subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and turn on your post notification bell so anytime and every time I post something new. Thank you for staying from the beginning up to this point. Stay awesome, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.